there's so many comics out there and so many people making comics through different channels and stuff like that, and sometimes you forget about different artists or creators that you're following, and then something might just spark a memory or whatever. Now, I did see it or a post on X from an artist that, like, I not that I'd forgotten existed, but I wasn't really aware what they were working on. And this is like an artist that I'm a really big fan of, and it goes back to I'm just gonna full screen myself here for a second. It goes back to this series here. Like this is like a beloved collection of mine, and it's a Prophet from Image Comics. It's essentially the Prophet. Rob Lee is it, I don't know if it's Liefeld. I think it's Liefeld. It's a Rob Liefeld character, and I think Rob he allowed a bunch of indie creators to do just some crazy insane story about Prophet, and there seemed to be like a bunch of rotating artists, but like one of the artists, and he opens the story, his name was Simon Roy, and like the art is it I kind of like I love all the polished, amazing comic book art, you know, like the kind of pro level stuff. Like, but then there's a lot of artists out there that do kind of like really sketchy stuff, like, and really loose. And like Simon Roy is one of those. And I think all his work is always really creative. Like, I've loads of I did buy other stuff. Like, this is another story I got of his called Habitat. I ordered that online. This was another old thing of his, like Jan's Atomic Heart and other stories. So I think it's all kind of just small stories. But like all of his stuff is real, just kind of wacky sci-fi and cool, kind of some cool concepts in there. Like, but so I came across, I just saw a link. Like, it's so hard to follow people on Twitter. Like, you just don't really see a lot of stuff. Even when I post my own art, like, you know, I could get like 10 people saw it and like don't get any likes, you know. Like, so it's kind of, I guess it's demoralizing, and it pushes you to use other platforms. But so I clicked on the link, and like this is what I was shocked with. Like, so I've never really been on Webtoons, but like it looks like Simon Roy has been working away on a series on Webtoons here, and like, I mean, like the like if let me just share this. Go back to this, right? So this is the Webtoons page. The story is called Griz Grobus and Other Stories, and there's 8 pages here, right? Like, these are not like, if I click on the first chapter, like there's a ton of story here, like, you know. It's just probably gonna be a bit slow at loading up, but like I just love his art. Now this is way more it's not as dark as the stuff in Prophet. Like, the stuff in Prophet is quite kind of gritty, and just like, this kind of looks like it could be like a Miyazaki movie or something like that, like, you know. But I've read 2 chapters of it, and so far you're kind of dropped into the story. I don't know if there's supposed to be any kind of context here, like, but what's it say here? On a distant planet, a prying scribe, an overly sentimental constable, and a mayor resurrect a sleepy town's long defunct pre-spot, but Father Stanley is not what he seems. And then like there's a bunch of other stuff there, like so it's story by Simon Roy and Jess Pollard, art by Simon Roy, color. All right, so the story is a collaboration, but I guess I'm not really familiar with Webtoons, but this seems like more of a kind of what's the best way? There just seems to be a lot of like character interaction and banter, and it almost feels like a TV show or something like that. It didn't really. I read the first 2 chapters. Didn't really feel much like a comic book, even though it is a comic book. I don't know. I'll read more of it, but I just wanted to, I guess, drop a video because it was just a kind of a curiosity. And the main kind of point of doing this video is, sometimes I think to myself, how do comic artists make a living? Sometimes I don't get it. Like this, like I said, like Simon Roy is kind of prolific. Like, look at all this stuff, like, you know, there's a lot of work in this. and it's all free. Like, it's just all free. Like, this art looks different than the first. I actually, don't know what it was. I think I kind of got back in, or I saw the Simon Wright thing around a Kickstarter. I think this eventually is going to be a Kickstarter, so I definitely will pick it up. Like, but yeah, it seems like all kinds of random shit. Like, look, here's another story here. Like, so I don't know if he's just doing stuff, throwing it up, whatever he feels like he has an idea, put it up here. But it's all for free. Like, so I don't know how people make a living doing comics. Like, I did see somewhere that there was a link to a Patreon, like, but I guess artists, like, if you're prolific and you've got a fan base, you can get patrons. Like, I don't know, I saw this: enjoy this series, support the creator becoming a Patreon. 709 patrons, and then it says 1,076. I don't know if that's a month or a week or what. Like, it want to be a week nearly, I think, in this day and age. Like, if you want to survive, or I guess some comic book artists, I think, have no families and very low bills, so they live a very frugal life. Like, they may never go on a holiday. They probably work at the weekends. Like, it's fucking hell, it's a tough gig. I don't know if I could ever be convinced to do it full time. Like, I do, like, I do look up to them all, but like I said before, it's such a tough job, like, to grind this out all the time. Like I do love art, but I don't know if I have like, I'm coming in, I'm closing in on 50 now soon, and I just, I feel physically, I don't know if I'd be able for that kind of grind, you know. It's crazy, like. But yeah, look, I guess the main thing is I wanted to try and share my love for this artist and some of his work, and I'll have a look at I'll have a read of this, and if there's anything worthwhile doing a video on, I'll definitely do something just to help the cause, help promote